and welcome to another lawnfawn video. Today we are so excited to be introducing our brand new die, Giant Outline Love Ya. So let's go ahead and check it out. This die is the next in our series of giant outline dies, and these are so much fun to play with. And one of my favorite parts about this one is it is in a heart shape, unlike our other ones which were a rectangular shape, and the heart shape is so perfect for Valentine's Day. So we're going to take this little frame that the die creates, and we're going to add some tape runner here on the back, and then just layer it right here onto a square card base. Next, we're going to fill in the center of the O and also the center of the A. And what I love about this die is it could be used just like this. This is super striking, super cute, and I just love it. But something you can do is fill in the letters with a coordinating cardstock color. So here we've die cut out of a lighter pink, and we're going to be able to pop all of those letters out and fill them in almost like a little puzzle. The other really great thing is now I have a light pink frame that I can use on a different card. So we're going to add some adhesive on the back of the letters and start dropping them in. And this is one of my favorite parts. I don't know why, I find it so satisfying and relaxing to fill in these letters and kind of see the design come to life. And how cute is this? I just love it. You could even do lots of different colors of letters. There's a lot of different options that you can do with this. You could do all the love ya in one color, but do the little hearts in a different color. You can add glitter to the letters. There is so many fun things you can do with them. And then here I'm going to show you how I used that pink frame. So here, the other pink frame, we filled in the white letters from the previous frame. So from 2 cuts, you can get 2 cards, which I absolutely love. Now there's something else really cool about the Giant Outline Love Ya die. It works great on its own like we just showed you, but it was also designed to fit with some previously released dies. So this heart is the same size as our outside-in stitched heart stackables. So the largest one coordinates, and it also coordinates with our lacy heart stackables, the largest one as well. So you can layer the Giant Outline Love Ya just with the lacy heart, or just with the outside in heart, or you can layer all 3 together. And so we're going to show you how that all works, and it gives you a very classic Valentine's look. So here you can see how it lines up perfectly with that outside in. You can just layer the 2 together. You can also take this and layer it in that lacy heart for a very classic Valentine's look. And then you can stack the whole thing together, which gives you kind of 3 different colors, which is a really, really cool look too. Now, another way to get that heart shape is that you could glue it on to a piece of cardstock, like we did at the beginning of the video, and then you can trim around carefully with your scissors. This is a really great way to create a heart-shaped card, which I absolutely love doing. It turns out just so cute. And so now I thought it would be fun to create a heart-shaped card, but I wanted to bring in that lacy heart stackable because it's so cute. So we're going to die cut that and then layer the whole heart on top, which is just, it looks like a little chocolate box, you know, the heart-shaped boxes of chocolate. So cute. And then we're going to take that outside in and we're going to die cut a white piece. And to create the card base, we are going to score down about 3/4 of an inch or an inch on this heart. And then we're going to fold along that score line and we're going to add some adhesive. And this is going to create a heart-shaped card, which is going to look so cute. So you'll see how it's going to glue on the back there, just like that. So we're just going to add some adhesive above the score line. And then we're going to layer that on the back of a heart. And this is just the sweetest little Valentine. I love this idea so much. And it being a heart-shaped card just makes it feel really unique and special. Now we're going to create another card with this, and then Shari is going to show us this really cool rainbow technique that's amazing that you guys are going to love. And so this is our simple stripes backdrop, and I'm going to die cut that in white and Ballet Slippers pink cardstock. And it's going to give us a bunch of these little strips that we'll be able to line up on our card to create some really great stripes. And I really love this look of the alternating white and pink stripes. And the great thing about when you die cut 2 of these is you could actually make 2 card bases with it. So we're going to add some adhesive all over a standard size card base that's 5.5 by 4.25, and then we'll start to layer these pieces. And right now we are recreating a gorgeous card by Audrey, so thank you so much, Audrey, for this beautiful design. Now that our card base is done, we're going to start working with the Giant Outline Love Ya die, and we're going to be using some double-sided adhesive sheets, which is one of my favorite ways to use these giant outline dies. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay the heart on top of some white cardstock, and then lay one of those double-sided adhesive sheets on top of that, and then just trim right around with scissors, just so we're not wasting too much of our cardstock and adhesive sheets. Then we can go ahead and peel off one of the layers of the double-sided adhesive sheet, and we're going to add that on to our piece of white cardstock, creating a sticker that we can die cut. Then we'll take our die and we're going to lay that on top of the cardstock and run it through the die cut machine. And now we have a die cut that has adhesive on the back. We're going to pop out all of those letters, and then we're going to take one of the outside in Stitched Heart Stackables, the largest one again, and we're going to be die cutting some vellum. And this is a really nice way to add a back to this Giant Outline Love Ya heart without it being solid, because I still wanted to see the stripes through it. So the vellum is just going to kind of diffuse the stripes, and you'll see how that's going to work in just a second. So now we can peel up that double-sided adhesive sheet that we have on the back of the Love Ya, and now it's just one big sticker, and it's so easy to add on top of the vellum. This is really great for vellum too, because you don't have any oozing out of glue or anything, and it'll keep your vellum nice and clean. So now we're going to add the little center of the O. So once again, we're going to peel off that little piece, and we're actually going to use the inside part of the O. We're going to drop that in as a little guide as to where to place this one. So now we can press that in, and then we can pop out the inside part and save that for another card. We can do the same thing with the A. Now another way to add color to these letters is you could add some markers or watercolor and color those letters for the Love Ya and then drop them in to get a really cool look too. So there you can see just how cute this is looking with the vellum behind it. Now we're going to do the same idea with the double-sided adhesive sheet, but we're going to do it with some Guava Cardstock. So we're going to peel off that layer there and we'll attach it to the Guava Cardstock, and then we can die cut that cardstock with the Giant Outline Love Ya die, and then we're going to have both a frame and letters that have the adhesive. Same thing for the white. We're not using the white letters this time, but they have the adhesive on the back already and they are ready to go for another card. So now you can see we can just peel off those letters and drop them right in, just like that. Or you can use liquid glue like we did earlier in the video, or tape runner, etc. So now we're going to drop in all of these letters, and like I said, this is my favorite part. I love to do it. I even love to watch it in fast motion. It's just so cool and cute to just see the whole thing come together. And I just love the look of the vellum behind it. It's so pretty. So now we're going to take that striped backdrop that we created earlier, and we're going to add some liquid glue to the back of this very carefully around the letters in the frame, making sure we don't get any of the liquid glue on the vellum so that we still keep that nice kind of translucent look of the vellum. And you'll see as we layer it onto the stripes, the best part is that you can see the stripes through, but they're a little bit diffused so that the Love Ya can still stand out and kind of be the star of the show. Now next we're going to take out the So Damn Much stamp set and also the Would You Be Mine. We're going to use the log from Would You Be Mine and those cute little hugging beavers from So Damn Much, and we've gone ahead and stamped, colored, and die cut those. We're also going to be using some cattails as well from both of the sets. So next we'll add some tape runner to the bottom of those critters and layer them onto the log, and then we're going to add some foam squares behind them to really give them a nice pop on the card. And when we layer onto the card, we're going to layer it over the bottom of the heart just a little bit, so it almost looks like their hug, like all their love created that giant Love Ya heart. And then we're just going to layer the little cattails behind to kind of help set the scene just a little bit. Now we're going to add a little bit something extra to the sentiment, which is this really fun sentiment from So Damn Much. It says, I heart you so damn much, but we're just going to trim our sentiment stamp apart, and that's okay because now we can use it either together or separate. And so we're just going to use the phrase so damn much so that the card is going to say love ya so damn much, which is so cute. So now we're going to take a little sentiment banner here and we're going to line that up with the left side of the sentiment. You'll see that this sentiment banner is a bit too long, but we're going to create a custom size banner. So we'll run that through the die cut machine, and now we're going to take that same banner die and we're going to line it up with the right side. And we're going to run that through the die cut machine, and that's just going to trim the whole thing down, and it's going to look like we had the exact perfect size banner for this sentiment. Then we can add some tape runner on the back of the sentiment, and we're going to layer that kind of overlapping the beavers a little bit, which is so cute, and it goes so great with the pun of dams and beavers, which is just too funny. And now this card is all done. It's so sweet, so cute. It's cute for Valentine's, but honestly, this is cute for year round. I love it so much. And next up, Shari is going to blow you away with her beautiful rainbow idea. So take it away, Shari.
So for my card today, I was inspired by Letitia to make a rainbow with black, very bold card. But I'm going to be doing my rainbow with some watercolor. So I have a piece of distressed watercolor cardstock, and I've laid my giant outline Love Ya die on it. And I'm just going to trace kind of outside of that heart with a pencil, so I have a guide on where to do my coloring. I'm using my Corinne Brush Marker Pro pens today, and I've pulled out a rainbow of colors, and I'm just adding that directly to the paper. And then I'm going to pick up some water from just a jar. It's just off screen here. It's just clean water with a paintbrush, and blend that out. So you can see how I'm blending the red and the orange together. Then I'll continue on with some more colors. I'm typically coloring in about 2 colors before I pull out the water and try to blend them together. And I'm not doing perfect lines here. You're really not going to see that anyway because we are going to be die cutting this. So I'll pull out my water again and blend out that line between the red and the yellow. And I just love how these pens create watercolor but still keep that really bright, colorful look. That is probably my favorite thing about these pens. So we're going to get a nice bright rainbow with these. So I'm moving on to my blue, making sure I go out to my pencil line, and then finally I will add my purple. And then some water to blend between the two. This really does blend really nicely when you have it on some really good watercolor paper. So once I have that colored, I am going to hit it with what I call stardust spray, which is lawnfawn liquid stardust added to a mini mister with some water. Shake it up really good and you have some basically sparkle spray. And I've just added that all over. Not too much because I don't want my colors to run, and then I'm going to pull out my heat tool to dry it really quickly so that my colors don't run together and I still kind of have those defined colorful stripes. But you can see as I'm drying this, you see how it still kind of looks sparkly once it's dry. I'll pick it up and I'll show it to you in the light here as soon as I am done drying it. Making sure it's nice and dry before I do any die cutting. So you can have that shimmer. So I'm lining up my giant outline Love Ya die, and I'll just hold that in place with a little piece of tape so that it doesn't shift around. And then I will run that through my die cut machine. I've also cut a piece of black glitter cardstock with the same die, and I will be inlaying that black glitter into the letters of this one. So I've got my dish so I don't lose the pieces I need to keep. I am keeping the letters that are colored because I'm actually going to make 2 hearts, so I am going to reuse these. You can get 2 out of 1 when you do this. But I'm keeping my hearts and the inside of my O and A separate and make sure I don't lose them on my desk so that I can use them to fill in my heart. Now I do have the largest outside in stitched heart, which layers behind this. It is the exact same size. I've cut that from some black cardstock, and I'm just adding some dots of liquid glue all over the back of this watercolor die cut. Trying to clean up my glue a little bit. And it is oozing out into the middle of the letters on a couple of these because this is a new glue tube, so it's flowing really nicely. But that's okay because I'm going to add some glue in there anyway to layer my letters in. So I'm just adding the liquid glue on the inside of all my letters, and then I can go to my black glitter die cut and inlay those inside. It is really nice with just the black, but I thought that the glitter would just add a little bit more interest. So they just pop right inside of the outline. Then I'll go over to my O and my A, pop that inner piece in the A. Also, don't forget the exclamation point. And I can just push that little dot in there. And then of course I need to add the inside outline of my O, which is why I wanted to make sure that it did not get lost on my desk. I'm also going to add some glitter hearts from the black glitter. And then this piece is finished. Since I'm using a black panel that's cut with the largest outside in stitch rectangle, I wanted to use a card base that wasn't quite so bright white. So this card base is actually cut from some fog cardstock. Then I've added some foam tape all over the back of my heart that I assembled earlier, and I am going to put this onto the background. Now I know that the background and the back of the heart are both black, but this was an easy way to pop it up with some dimension without having to outline that whole die cut with foam. So it kind of blends in. Letitia did have this little rainbow line at the bottom of her card, and so I thought I would recreate that a bit and just went back to my markers, made myself a rainbow line across the bottom. I'll blend that out with some water. Make sure it's nice and dry, and then I'm just going to cut a really skinny line. So I'm cutting off the edge so it's nice and clean, and then I'm making a very, very thin line. I'll also cut off the end so that it's not quite the width of the card base and it is the width of the black panel instead. And then I'll just add a little bit of liquid glue and line that up close to the bottom. It's almost like a custom piece of rainbow washi tape across the bottom. Now I'm adding the hearts that I popped out of my watercolor piece, just kind of scattered around. And then I also added some glitter to those hearts as well so that it matched the glitter of the sentiment. And then here is the finished card, but I wasn't quite done. I decided to take the leftover pieces of my rainbow and my black glitter and make a second one. So this one really turns out really pretty too. So I just popped in the negative pieces into the positive and made a second one using those same pieces left over from the first one. I had a piece of white cardstock cut with the stitched wood grain backdrop actually just sitting on my desk, and I thought this was the perfect opportunity, so I just trimmed it down a little bit, and I'm going to do a white on white. So I popped that up on a white card base, and I think this is a really cool look. I'm adding some foam squares to the back of this second Love Ya sentiment heart, and I'll just pop that right onto this card. Now, since I used my glittery black hearts on the first card, I didn't have those left over this time, so I pulled out these little rainbow wheel embellishments and thought that they worked perfect to just kind of fill in around that big die cut sentiment. So I've just sprinkled those around and I'm picking them up, adding a dot of glue to hold them in place. And then here are my 2-for-1 outlined Love Ya cards, and I just think they turned out so pretty.
Oh my goodness, Shari, these cards are absolutely gorgeous. I just love them so much. And now we have some incredible cards by the design team. And first up, this card by Audrey is beautiful. I love the look of the black with the pink and red. Here, Elena's red and white stripes are so cute, and I love how she added the gold letters but then put red hearts in the giant outline Love Ya. Grace just blew me away because she actually created a whole hot air balloon design with the cute little hugging beavers and with a little Easter basket piece at the bottom. This is so clever and cute. This card by Tammy is just stunning. I love her ink blended background and the different colors of letters in the Love Ya. And then here, Megan created such a cute card with a totally different color palette, and it has this whole male theme, which is so sweet with those squirrels. I just love Elise's heart-shaped cards. The red and gold are so beautiful together, and I love the nice pop that she added on them. They are just stunning. Here is Letitia's card that inspired Shari today, and I just love all of that rainbow so much. And then here is a nice and simple card with some beautiful pattern paper and that lacy heart stackable in the background. Melissa's beautiful card combines the heart garland backdrop and the giant outline love ya with some gorgeous clouds on the background, and I just love it. And then this cute simple card has these beautiful nitpicky winter papers in the background, and I love those papers for Valentine's Day. I love how Mindy combined the love ya with a hot foil wood grain background. Absolutely stunning, and the cute Would You Be Mine beavers. And then this card by Kara is so fun. I love her color palette and that cute little mouse holding the balloons. So we cannot wait to see what you guys do with this die, so make sure to share it with us. Thank you so much for watching today, and I hope you have an absolutely amazing day. Bye!